Hello everyone, I'm back and we're going to be looking into the centering, how we're going to be centering your cards here at Imperium Grading. First of all, let's have a little chat about what we're looking for in our scale. So we are going to have an Imperium 10, which will be 5149. The reason it's 5149 and not 5050 is because of the software, and our measuring software that we're going to be using does have a 0.5% tolerance plus or minus. So this makes it more consistent for us to be using a 5149, makes it more fair, makes it more honest. Then as we start going down the scores, we'll have a Gem Mint 10, which will be 5545, a 9.5, which will still be 5545, the 9 will be a 6040, and then it goes from there all the way down to 9010, and then it becomes your miscuts and error cards essentially. So when I say 5545, I mean it's 55% say on the left hand side of the card, 45% on the right hand side of the card. So let's have a look at a card and see what we're going to be measuring. Let's take a look at what measurements we're going to be taking off this energy card, for example. So as you can all see, there's an internal border, which lines the inside of the card, and an external border, which is where the cut of the card is made. The first measurements that we'll be making will be from the radius, so the internal radius of the corner here to the external radius here. We'll do that for all four corners. This will not only tell us the percentages between these corners, but also tell us if there's any twisting on the card, for example, during its cutting process. We can check these measurements again with a secondary test, which we will be doing for every card, and this will be from internal right to external right, internal top to external top, internal bottom to external bottom, and internal left to external left. And again, this will justify the radius measurements as well, so that we know we've got it right. This will be the same for both front and back. The only time this varies for this measurement will be on cards that don't have a definitive border, but we'll show you that shortly. So when I'm talking about percentage of the border line, which you'll see on your grading reports, this is what I mean. So let's just say, for example, from this internal right to external right hand side was 5.5 millimeters. And then from this external left hand side to internal left hand side was 4.5 millimeters. If you turn that into a percentage out of 100, it would be 55-45, and that's where the percentage is made from and will show up on your grading reports. So let's look at a card that necessarily doesn't have that definitive border, the same as the energy card did around the outside, and where we would take the measurements for this. So for a card such as this one, the measurements will be taking from the center of the card. Now first we'd have to find the center of the card, which would be done from areas such as the logoing on the bottom, the writing in the center, and the boxes on the sides. Also, you notice that there's a logo up on the top. This is similar to Pokemon cards, how we would do this as well. But effectively, once we've worked out where the center of the card is, then we can ping our lines across and it creates our border essentially. We will show this in full detail nearer to launch, and you'll be able to see it through the actual scope lens so that you can see how we're working out those centerings on the cards. Thank you for watching this video, and if you want to keep up to date with more Imperium stuff, give us a follow. Stay tuned for the next one. Take care. Bye bye.